Hello everyone and welcome to Play for Fun. In today's episode, I'm going to expand my vanilla city, which I started building in the previous episode. If you missed it, that was just the beginning, and now I'm ready to show the city's growth. But first, let's take a look at where I left off. In the previous episode, I kicked off by starting a city after the Economy 2 update. I played without any mods, embracing all the game's basic constraints and features. In my city, I tried to manage things in a way that the economy would thrive alongside population growth. By creating farms, mines, and oil wells, I managed to turn the city profitable after some time. It became somewhat self-sufficient. Everything was going well. New residents were moving in, and step by step, I added new services like clinics, waste management, and schools. Alright, we've reached this point. As you can see, the city's population has reached 8,000. But the city's revenue has plateaued. It's neither profitable nor incurring losses. Well, this indicates a clear reason. The citizens aren't very happy. And here's a list of reasons for their discontent. The primary reason for citizen dissatisfaction in my city is the lack of mail services. Additionally, citizens are in need of better internet access and improved healthcare services. As for taxes, unfortunately, I can't provide any assistance at the moment. Well, dear citizens, city management comes with its costs, and trust me, your taxes are being put to good use. Now, let's talk about those various services that need a little upgrade. What catches our attention here? Well, it's the trash collection system in our city. Those garbage storages are overflowing, and there's barely any room left for more junk. And our schools need a little boost too. But first things first, let's tackle that mail service issue. Alright, I reckon that should do for now. Next up, let's install some communication antennas for internet access. That'll put a smile on our citizens' faces and boost our revenue. Upgrading schools could also be beneficial. Thanks to the latest game update, we now have smaller, more practical buildings available. New schools are one of those options that receive some fresh additions. And you know what's sure to make our citizens really happy? Adding a couple of small parks and recreational areas for them to unwind during their free time. Building small sports facilities near schools and small parks in densely populated areas can indeed be a good option. Alright, the next service that needs an upgrade is the fire service. By adding another fire station, we can address the issue. And speaking of waste management, I've got a fantastic plan for improving our garbage collection system. But for now, let's start by constructing a new building for waste services. The city's healthcare system isn't in bad shape. For the time being, it's adequate. Now, let's manage the budgets for various services to ensure none of them exceed or fall short of their needs. Guys, with the upgrades I've implemented, I think our city has the potential to double its population. Let's see what unfolds. Alright, after all, just as I mentioned, the city's population has approximately doubled. It's like a miracle, same residential areas with the same buildings, but now accommodating twice the population and experiencing a remarkable boost in city profits. Well, citizens' happiness has noticeably increased. But after the significant population growth, it's time to revisit our services. Now, using a small clinic recently added to the game after the latest update is a good choice to improve the city's healthcare level. Now, let's talk about the plan I had for the city's garbage collection system. Clearly, the issue lies in the shortage of storage for waste, even though we have an adequate number of garbage trucks. To improve this, we can hit two birds with one stone. How about converting stored waste into electricity? It's a smart solution. We address the garbage problem while also generating our own electricity. About as good as it gets, right? I plan to place this incineration plant as far away as possible from residential areas. Let's open up a spot right around here. Although this facility is quite expensive and puts pressure on the budget, I believe using it now is necessary and will be profitable in the long run. Alright, now all that's left is to connect this incineration plant to the city's power grid so that the electricity it generates can flow into the city. Before I dive into adding new areas to my city and upgrading highway access, I want to ensure that all city services are adequately accessible. Now that I have a sufficient budget, I aim to fine-tune everything to be as close to the ideal point as possible. Now the city is ready for a major upgrade. By purchasing a few new tiles in this part of the city, I intend to improve the city's access to the highway. The main street, which serves as the city's entry and exit route, shouldn't have residential buildings right next to it. I'll address this issue and then proceed to add a fresh section to my city. After this, we can truly call it a city. Alright. The street situation and their connections have improved. But before tackling the highway connection, I want to add new sections to the city. I'll do some zoning and prepare for constructing new buildings. Following the overall city plan, I'll expand our urban landscape. Soon, we'll truly have a bustling city. If you find the high-speed construction of the new city sections a bit overwhelming, I apologize. My approach is to balance completeness and showing the details while keeping things concise. I'd rather not just cut to a finished video. I want you to see the construction stages too. Now, if I decide to show these parts with detailed explanations at regular speed, the video would take hours. And let's face it, nobody has that kind of time. So I'll speed through the less critical parts while still providing essential details. Hope you'll find it satisfying. Let's get back to the work. Alright. I'd prefer not to have residential houses right alongside busy and bustling streets. Instead, I'd like to separate those areas using pedestrian walkways that I'll strategically place between them. In general, heavy use of these pedestrian pathways ensures that people stay off the main streets, reducing traffic congestion. Pedestrians appreciate these walkways, and I don't mind sacrificing a few houses here. Spreading out the population slightly also helps decrease street congestion and makes the city look more appealing. I don't plan to delve into intricate tree planting and design details in this episode. However, for this part of the city and the newly added park from the last game's update, I'd like to enhance their beauty by planting a few more trees right now. Much better. Alright, I've completed the design work for this central area, but honestly, I wasn't entirely satisfied with it. I think a few tweaks could make it better and integrate it more seamlessly with the rest of the city. Never be afraid to change something if you feel there's something wrong with it. It will definitely turn into something better. Now it's looking great with the design of the rest of the city seamlessly integrated. The work on this new part of the city has just started. I'm building some parks in the areas where I want to create residential zones. After adding various essential services to this part of the city, I'll do the zoning. Now it's time for the city's income source and self-sufficiency reason: oil wells, mines, and farms. For now, we just need them to be bigger and more effective, that's all. I'll try to create a simple but coordinated plan for the city, even though these industrial areas are going to be moved. For the farms, I'll use the available empty space here that can be turned into farmland. Making good use of space is key right now since we don't have the entire map yet. One thing that's not nice here is the city's sewage outflow. It's made the water look ugly, and it's not enough for the city anymore. I can upgrade it to prevent more pollution and build another one with a treatment plant. Alright, I've got everything ready. Zoning for the new areas is complete. Services have been added, roads and sidewalks are finished, and additional facilities are in place to accommodate the incoming population. So let's go and watch the new residents move in. Wow! 47,000 people. I didn't think the city would reach this stage so soon. Guys, look at the profit. The city's economy was really challenging at first, but it's getting stronger as we go, and we can expand the city more confidently. Overall, the city is doing well and the citizens are happy. I just didn't expect this population, so I need to upgrade the services a bit more to accommodate everyone. Well, about death care system, it's clear there's an issue. I'll build a crematorium and that will solve the problem. Oops. The power terminal can't handle the city's size anymore, so I'll build another one in this area. Just need to connect it to the city's power grid and problem solved. As you can see, the city's waste collection and recycling system is working great. It's solving the city's problem and even generating some of its own electricity. In the next episode, we might even become a power exporter. Now that everything is good, I want to give my citizens a reward. Yes, my dear citizens, I'm going to launch the city's first public transportation system with 2 bus lines. One bus line will cover the entire city from this main road, and the other will take citizens to and from the industrial area. For now, this is enough and will have a great impact on the city's traffic and make it easier for citizens to get around. Alright, for the final touch in this episode, I'm planning to give a major upgrade to the schools and education system in my city. First, I'm building a new urban elementary school in this area to match the buildings around here. Later on, we can add an urban high school right here too, and the most important thing is adding a college to the city. Yes, I care about my citizens' education. I think the best spot for it is in this central area, perfectly aligned with the high school. Soon, we'll have a bunch of educated citizens ready for the next episode and all the plans I have for them. Finally, I want to add some parking lots in different parts of the city, like this central area, next to the college, and also near the bus stations. Alright guys, that's it for this episode. I'll leave you with some time lapses and beautiful shots of the city. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I want to thank you for all the support and positive feedback from episode 1. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any comments, suggestions, or feedback, leave them below. I read and respond to all of them, and they really help me improve my videos. Stay tuned for the next episode and, as always, happy building!